Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Behind me, having his all-time favorite food, a tortilla chip, is the Roo, who we set back up to be able to have his perch behind me for camera time. Truth be told, and I guess I should introduce myself, I'm the host of the Inspire Nation show, the author of All the Automatic Writing Experience, and on it goes. But more importantly, Roo, the rooster, broke free a minute ago from his room and area to get on the couch for the show because he knows, well, he would say the show is all about me. And he knows that when it's camera time, and he's always so excited to be on the air. So tonight we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about calling in your spirit family. That's your angels. That's your guides. That's your loved ones on the other side. And even some, shall we say, spirits or guides from people in the living that you may least expect would be waiting for you on this other side. And it's kind of really cool what you're going to learn about who you can call in and who is there to support you. With that said, I'm going to share a little bit of story tonight. So you probably know I was whack-a-moled by a car. That's the technical term. About, I think it's almost 3 weeks ago now. It was the 10th of November where a car turned into me, and it is a miracle that I am still here. With that said, I had surgery last Monday, and I got to go tonight to the physical therapist to go from the, what do we call it? Temporary splint that I had on to a new and improved post-surgical temporary splint. And I had to drive just by New York City. And I had to do it with one arm. Now, fortunately, the Tesla, you can tighten up the steering on it, so it's very drivable with one arm. But these were New York City drivers that I'm driving among, and I was scared out of my mind. It was too much. It was dark. Cars are weaving in and out. I'm going, da-da-da-da-da, gonna go nice and slow. And there's like 5 lanes merging into one, and everybody's cutting each other off. Yeah, I know. They were sounding kind of like you are, Rue. And I had to go, wow. I had to go to my spirit family, and I had to call them in. And so I want to teach you a prayer. I'm going to set something up here for a moment because he is really rambunctious. I had to use a prayer tonight that I want to teach you that is my go-to prayer for calling in my spirit family. And I'm going down the road, getting to drive and say this prayer to call in all the assistance I can. And so you might want to write this one down. It is, I'm going to give you the shorter version right now. It is the extended version where you call in your entire spirit family. And so I'm driving down the road and I'm going, good evening, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. Certainly I'm not putting my hands together while driving. Archangel Uriel. Good evening, higher self, higher team, and all angels, guides, and light workers. Here for my highest good. I'll repeat this. Here for my highest good and the highest good of all. Please keep me safe on this drive. Please keep me safe. And we're going to break this prayer down in a minute, but here are a few of the pieces. Good morning or good evening, in this case, good evening, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. And I'll explain in a minute why I choose these 4. You can choose whomever works for you. Good evening, higher self. That's my spirit on the other side of the veil. Higher team, everybody looking out for me. And all angels, guides, and light workers. Here for my highest good and the highest good of all. And so let's talk about this a little bit, because this prayer is an easy way to start calling in your spirit family. You see, there is a family. First off, you're not a physical being. You're not even a spiritual being having a human existence. You are always a spiritual being. There is the majority of you is always on the other side of the veil, is always everywhere. It's just that we don't recognize that when we're on this holodeck. We don't recognize that when we're in this, if we want to use a tech term, simulation, whatever we want to call the Earth School. We don't recognize that we are always spirit. So important to understand, because when we recognize and ground in to the fact that we're always spirit, then what we realize is we're always capable of speaking with spirit on the other side. It's always accessible to us. Our family, our friends, our guides, our loved ones are always accessible to us on the other side. In fact, they're always here around your side at each and every moment. Right, Rue? He's a little bit wired now. The reason is not just because we're starting this show, but he found a bag of TORTILLA apostrophe S. I guess no apostrophe S. TORTILLA space CHIPS. He found them after he broke free to get on the couch. And he has not forgotten that I only gave him one of these because they upset his stomach. And if we upset his stomach on the couch, that wouldn't be pretty. So, because he's an amazing rooster, but not with an upset stomach. So he only got one chip. And so he's pretty wired about that. He does know the name of his favorite food. So, all right. We can call in our angels and our guides because they're never not by our side. Why? Because we are all divine beings, always everywhere at once. The idea of a loved one passed on, will they ever come visit me? Of course they can. A loved one passed on, will they ever be able to find their way back to me? Of course they will. Why? They're everywhere. There is nowhere that energy is not. Quantum science is now proving this. Energy is everywhere, and for that matter, going back to the Tao, nowhere at the same time. So this is a high-level mystical teaching I'm giving you tonight. And in fact, if you like it, come join our School of Mystics. We meet 4 Wednesdays a month. We're going to be meeting for the next 4 Wednesdays, where I'm going to be channeling Yogananda. And we're going to be looking at the connection between heaven and earth, the connection between body and spirit. A lot of what we're talking about here tonight. Next 4 Wednesdays, you can simply go to inspirenationuniversity.com. And there are a lot of people here in the chat who can tell you how much they've been liking class. It's been changing their lives. On that note, this month November, I'd been channeling Rumi. I guess that's this month. And the last month I was channeling Lao Tzu of the Tao. And so the Tao is talking about nothingness. And the nothingness is everything. So you are both everything and you are nothing. You are everywhere and you are nowhere. Here's the cool thing when it comes to your spirit family. The fact that you're everywhere and nowhere means you're pure energy, having an energetic experience. You just appear to be in human form. But those that are pure energy, having an energetic experience in angelic form, in the form of a guide, in the form of a spirit animal, in the form of a loved one are always by your side on the other side. If you can remember this, your loved ones are always by your side. Your spirit family is always, always, let's ground this in, always by your side on the other side. Then you can always call them in at any point. So, like, I'm doing the drive and I'm saying my prayer. I get there safely. It was a little bit of a struggle for me. I believe that was right at the very limit of what I was capable of doing. I will call all humbleness when it is called for. That was at my limit. I get in there, fill out the paperwork, and I go to meet with the physical therapist who is going to cut off my old splint. Okay, grisly but true. If you click the join button down below and join the Mystic Circle, we do a lot of behind the scenes video. Tomorrow, my guess is I will have those videos up. She honored me or humored me by allowing me to record this. So I've got it up there. It's not grisly, thankfully, but she's cutting up here and I'm going to see the incision in my wrist. And it's sort of like somebody has taken a giant plug-in vac, put it in my mouth, and it's just drawing the air out of me. And so I'm having to go, good evening, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Please help me here. Please give me strength. Please help me. Please give me strength. And that is so important. Press a button here. There we go. That is so important to understand that you don't have to go anything alone. Nothing. Zippo. Even when they're going and you're going, oh God, how's it going to feel? Is it going to hurt? What's going to happen? Are they going to have to pull bandages away? Sorry, I'll stop right there. You get the point. You can call in help. You can call in all the help you want and have it in that moment. And so I went to my prayer and my breath started coming back to me. Whew, thankfully. So I want to talk about some of the key categories of your spirit family. And you can make this prayer as short or as long as you desire. Napoleon Hill, he did his own version of automatic writing. He called it his boardroom. And it's something that I've addressed here in recent weeks, is talking about, or recent months, talking about our boardroom as well, and how we have a master guide that organizes our boardroom. But he would call in so many people, presidents past and future, visionary leaders past and present. So he had this massive boardroom that he called on for help, his spirit family. And I want to encourage you to do the same. So I'm going to mention some of the people that I call in, or some of the spirits that I call in. Don't take this as my word. Well, Michael said that you call in Michael. Call in whomever you want. And yes, literally, you can call in the spirit of somebody who is living as well. We'll get there. But call in whoever lights you up. And we'll discuss that more in a little bit. So first off, I call in Archangel Michael. Why? Because he's a badass. He has this giant sword of protection, keeping you safe. Sword that cuts through obscurations. What does that mean? Cuts through the BS, there's the technical terms, in life so you can see what's really going on. You're confused, you're scared, you're desperate. Go to the top of your spirit family. Go to Archangel Michael. Oh my God, no pun intended, can he help? Next, I go to Archangel Raphael. Bing. Why? Oh, and yes, we have colors. I actually thought I really wanted to have fun, and I asked if they had bright yellow. That's my favorite color. But I actually secretly hoped they had neon pink, and I was going to go black and neon pink with this just to really have fun with it. And then I remembered after saying my prayer, I think it was probably Michael or Raphael who whispered in my ear, and they said, remember that your rooster attacks fluorescent colors because it represents to him another rooster. And I have made the mistake. This fall, I bought a beautiful fluorescent hiking jacket, and he was beside himself. At which point I said, okay, that'll be for cycling. And I got a matching, not so beautiful tan version of that jacket, of which he was calm and relaxed. So, what does that mean? It means put out the prayer and listen. And in this case, I went with the black and blue. No bruise, pun intended. Kind of matches well, though. Isn't this kind of cool? Watcha, watcha. So, when you put out those prayers, so Michael, cut through obscuration, protection. Gabrielle, healing, plain and simple. Mental wounds, physical wounds, spiritual wounds. He's there for the lot of it. So I am calling in Raphael for some serious healing TLC from my spirit family when I need it most. And then Archangel Gabriel. And with that said, I just got a couple of orbs that appeared, little purple orbs. And so I want to back up for a second. We always have members of our spirit family that show themselves as orbs. We discount it. We think, well, that's not real. That was just, a little flash of purple or blue light or white light or whatever. I feel like saying, get over it. Meaning your ego says it's not real. They're real. In our case, we got two little orbs circling us. That's baby Hannah and that's baby Miracle. And those are our twin identical baby girls, due in May. How does it get any better than this? They're real. And they're both on the other side of the veil and here. Although truth be told, we all operate. We've heard stories of great teachers being in two places at once or more. It's because we all operate at both sides of the veil. And so they just came, bing, and made an appearance as if to say, we're here by your side, Daddy. And we're always by your side. I've been working in automatic writing so that I can communicate with them even better without even having to put pen to paper. Because I can hear them now saying, we are here, Daddy, we are here, Daddy, and we are playing. Your spirit guides are so playful. Some of them can be kind of serious. My best man at my wedding at 89 years young, Jack, who crossed over at 93, he can come down on me out of love sometimes, even though he is, in his own way, kind of fun. I think at 89, he was still trying to beat the 60-year-old women in the Boulder. It's kind of cool. Go, Jack. That's more on my spirit family. We'll get there in a little bit. So we've got Raphael, healing. We've got Gabriel. Gabriel is cool. Gabriel, we're looking at, is to me, Gabriel, we're looking at is heart, is strength, is showing what's coming your way. Very similar to Archangel Uriel, who is an interpreter of prophecies, interpreter of visions. And they work hand in hand. So Gabriel to me helps me understand what's coming my way. Uriel takes that to an entirely new level. And for me, Uriel helps bring in the heart. So important to understand. So Uriel helps for me bring my connection to heart. And this is so key. So, where am I going with this? Archangels have a global meaning, but they also have a meaning that's specific to you. They have a global meaning and a meaning that's specific to you. So, for instance, I might say Uriel is hard, and you might say, well, Uriel is all about working with the mind. And you'd be right. Or you might say, Gabriel Michael. Gabriel is about prophecies, is an interpreter, is showing you visions even more than Uriel is. How can I deny that? Feel into each archangel and see what they mean for you. Yeah, Rue, this is high-level graduate work. Uriel is the one that came to me, I think, before we got to California last fall. Uriel just started popping in, which was a transition time of going from more mind to more heart, of being bolder about what I was doing and speaking more my truth than anyone else's. Something that Gabrielle has spoken to me quite a bit about what's coming my way, about where I'm going, and how this whole game will play itself out. You get to be bold. So they work hand in hand. One was giving me the prophecy, saying what the future can be. The other one is saying, here's the strength in order for you to step forward. So let's shift gears. I want to go to one of my favorites. And it's strange to even put this way. And I don't always include her. That would be great if I do. And that is Mother Earth. If you're talking about your spirit family, you get to include your mother. Why? Well, frankly, you and I were walking, talking expressions of dirt. This, it's all made from dirt. Okay, the shirt's made from dirt. This is made from dirt. I am made from dirt and some water sprinkled in and a little bit of stardust as well. We all came from stars. Every atom in our being is from the stars. But every atom of our being was and will return to dirt. There is a sacred power when you call on your mother for help. She will always be there by your side. In fact, if there's one thing to take away from tonight, the more that you call on Mother Earth. Right, Rue, I know. The stronger and more courageous, more secure you will be. And this is so important to understand. So you can call in Mother Earth at any time, at any place. And it doesn't just have to be an eco thing. She'll love you no matter what you do. Of course, she wants you to take better care of the planet, but she will love you up no matter what. You're her child. You're her baby. She's got you in her arms. She will do anything she can for you. Now, here's a really fun one that we rarely think about.